Hi everybody, welcome to Power Bites with Purva. Today, the guest that we have, I don't think so we need any introduction, to be honest with you. If you're in real estate, you know him. If you follow NFL, you know him. And if you don't know him, which rock are you living under? Come on.
Wow.
Isn't that the quite introduction you need?
Yeah, I tell you, you're a real ego booster.
David Harbour, thank you so much for joining us today, taking this time and spreading the knowledge with us today.
It's my pleasure. I couldn't think of a better person to do this with.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
To people who are living under the rock, can you please introduce yourself?
Well, first, get out from underneath the rock. It's very dark in there. Where do I start? I was born in. How did I get into real estate, maybe, or my background?
Can you give us a little bit background about you? Because not many people know that you were in NFL.
Oh, well, that was many moons ago. They wore leather helmets and no face masks. I grew up in Chicago. Interesting fact, I went to 4 different high schools. Not because I was a problem child. We just moved around a lot.
Oh, okay.
One was a military school. And then I finished up and I ended up going to the University of Illinois. And I did not have a scholarship, but because I broke my ankle and I decided to walk on. And so after a couple of years, I earned a scholarship, ended up playing a few seasons in the Big Ten. And then I thought I was going to go out in the working world, but then I had the opportunity to play in an all-star game and got picked up by one of the NFL teams, and it just happened to be the Washington Redskins.
Oh, my.
I hope I can still say Washington Redskins instead of Commanders.
No, they're Commanders. You could still say that.
Played with them for a few years, bounced around. NFL Europe started. I played there for 2 seasons in London. I was drafted. And then I got out. Not everybody just quits. You get cut or injured. Mine was both. And then I wondered what I was going to be doing next. Ended up getting a job with a consulting firm with a friend of mine. And this was just around when computers started. And so we were working with CRM systems and helping companies like EDS and Khaki. Shout out to Tom Phillips. And it was boring, but it was great knowledge. And after about a year, I met somebody who said, you know what, we're looking for somebody like you to help us out in the NBA. And so, I don't know if you knew this, but
I did not.
Yeah, I interviewed and I became the director of sales for the Washington Bullets then, now Wizards, and Washington Sports and Entertainment. And I was in the NHL and NBA for 5 years.
Wow, and now I know who to reach out if I want to go on TV. All right.
And did that for 5 years, and this is a very pivotal point that I was interviewing for a job down in Orlando with the Magic. Something happened along the way, and I said, I never want to have a boss again for the rest of my life, and I got into real estate.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that was 28 years ago.
28 years ago, your journey started.
I started when I was 10, yeah.
That is amazing. Was that a transition period for you when you switched? Because real estate is like completely different than what you have just said.
It is. I had actually studied a little commercial real estate when I was, in college and younger. So I always thought that I would maybe be in real estate.
Oh.
I enjoyed being my own boss and being in control of my own destiny, and it's brought me to all kinds of crazy places. As we talked earlier, I was fortunate enough to be on HGTV on a show called Get It Sold with Sabrina Soto, and
Then board of director at DART. You launched EXP in Virginia.
Yeah.
There are lots and lots of hats you have worn. Oh my God.
It's a big head.
It's really amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going into my 15th year here at EXP, so it's been quite a ride.
Wow. How was that transition? I know that you talked about that story, how you started EXP.
Well, yeah, I was at Remax at the time, and they great company, and don't have anything bad to say about them. but I was approached by somebody that I met at a RE/MAX convention. They said, hey, you might want to take a look at this company. I think they're going to be the next big thing in real estate. And I was like, rolling my eyes like, yeah, sure. They were only in a handful of states, but there was something about their model that just stuck with me. And then when I went to bed that night, I woke up and I'm thinking, I think this is the future of real estate. Now, we're only in a handful of states. I think they had a couple hundred agents, but I made the move. I said, okay, Glenn Sanford, who is our founder, I said, okay, let's do it. I said, who's the broker? They go, we don't have a broker. You're going to have to be the broker.
So you were the first one to start.
I actually went out and got my broker's license in 60 days, which stressed that I think I lost half my hair, and we launched. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you were one of the first broker in Virginia to start.
Not one of. I was I launched the DMV area. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You knew that, no?
No, I didn't know that you were the first one. I
Yeah.
did not know that.
Yeah. Agent number one. So I'm agent 50 with the company, and we're over 80,000 agents. So it's been absolutely bananas to watch it grow.
I know now where the EXP stands and the foundation that we have created over here. That's just amazing. I'm working back in India with the EXP. Imagine the reach that I have. I'm sitting right here and I can do business anywhere in the world. I have a team planning and a setup in Dubai. So that's just, I love that part of EXP where I still can just go to Hub, reach out to anybody and be like, I need this help. Can you help me? And I have a list of people that can help me or how to. It's just amazing how. This is the story I want to tell you. Before this, I was with different brokerage. And the reason for me to leave that and come over here is the culture that drew me. The culture of picking each other up, not pushing down. And that's what I love about EXP. What trajectory you see from where you started versus where we are? The vision, how do you think we are growing? How do you think we're going to grow more? Like, how is that trajectory looks like?
I believe EXP is, they're the first to launch this concept. As agents, we had blinders on and it was on to the next sale, on to the next sale, and we didn't really own our business. We were part of somebody else's business, the franchise owner or the brokerage owner or whatever. Here at EXP, you literally are your own boss and you can build your own team globally. And instead of just having my little geographic area, like you said, I've got people in other countries. I've got people all over the United States. That was the first thing. The second one, and we talk about rev share and also stock, which I never had at my previous brokerage, but you have here. But the real missing story and message that EXP tells is what you just mentioned, is that somehow, some way within the secret sauce is, at my old brokerage, if I needed help, people would go, I'm not really there to help you. Here, it's completely different. The whole model is set up and the mentality is, we're all part of this umbrella. You're part of my team, and my goal is to help you succeed, which is awesome.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I remember this is my first EXP con, and this will stay forever rent-free in my head. My first EXP con, I went there, and of course, Glenn is over there. There is a huge line going way out of the room. He's meeting each and every person, talking to them, spending 2 minutes, asking them, how can I help you?
Yeah.
And that just stayed with me, that CEO who is making sure that spending 1 minute, 2 minutes to each and every person in this room and spending the time, who am I to say I don't have a time?
Yeah.
So that stays with me. That just shows so much about the culture, about the foundation that he has built on. I want to ask you, what is something, let's say somebody who is listening this and somebody is in a dilemma of what to pick, right? What is about EXP that you think stands out what is about EXP that you feel that if you're looking for this is the spot for you?
Well, a couple of things, unfortunately, jump out. Number one, EXP is the first cloud-based brokerage real estate firms. Now, there's been others that have followed, but we are light years ahead of everybody.
Right.
The technology that we use to collaborate, communicate, our virtual world. If anybody's out there and they want to come into our 3D virtual space, at first it seems a little kind of like a video game, and this is strange. And one of our newer agents who just came on board said the same thing. And then it was like, I get it. I can be anywhere, anytime, within seconds. I couldn't do that in a traditional brick and mortar. And not to knock them. I mean, there's certain people that, like that. But I think our tools, I think the collaboration that we offer, whether you're a new agent or whether you have a team of 5 or you're a mega agent, there are other people just like you that want to collaborate and help you take your business to the next level. So those are types of things. And then obviously the financial structure. Most agents are on a treadmill of selling something, then they start the next year and start the next year. And they don't earn any equity. They don't earn any, they don't have the opportunity for additional revenue share. Here at EXP, that model is just a game changer.
That's right. Not many of you know, but David is the first guy I went to EXPCon with, and he was not there, but he sent me a list of people. He said, okay, meet this person. And I'm like, I don't know what they look like. And he sent me the picture. He actually did a tax introduction with that person. And I'm like, oh, okay, I would love to see. I was in VIP lounge with this amazing agents and authority person that I'm spending 10 minutes talking about the business, learning about the business. It's not every day that things like that can happen. This was an EXPCon. I still remember that, where you have texted me with Mo, a lot of other people, and you're like, make sure you meet this person. And I'm like, oh my God, yes.
There's I've been to a lot of different conferences with multiple brokerages, and, you learn something at all of them. But there's something special about going to an EXP event because the people are not only there to absorb information for themselves, but they're there to give back to other agents. And, that's the one thing that if anybody's watching this is I didn't have that at my other brokerages. People have no incentive to help others. No. Here, it's different because the way we're set up is it is my incentive to help you and anybody you bring on and them. And, so that to me is, it's so refreshing and it energizes me.
I agree. There has, I've been into, I want to say 2-3 different brokerages, right? So I've been a part of different culture. This sticks to me, and this is, I feel like, happy home because of what we have. Every Friday we meet and we share our problems, not just about happy place just because we are like, oh, let me help you. But they're like, okay, I'm stuck here. What do I do? I don't know. Can you help? Does anybody know? So that culture is very, very important because real estate can be very lonely sometimes. When it's very fancy to say, oh, I'm the own boss of my business. I'm doing my business and I'm nobody else to report to. But that can be lonely because that means you're figuring it out things by yourself. And when something like that is happening and you have team of people, you can reach out to any time and say that, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. And they are there. That, did you try this? Did you try this? That's very, very, very helpful. And not just you, I think everybody I have reached out to, Christine, Paula, a lot of people that we know in the team, in the group. I wanted to ask you, somebody who is looking for something they don't know about EXP, where do you think that EXP is headed towards for the future perspective from here? Because right now, people are saying that, oh, they have a mindset, okay, we are in this bubble right now, everything is gonna come crashing. The realtor, real estate business, everything is going to come down crashing. How do you think EXP is taking steps to protect their agent, protect their business? How do you think that's happening?
Yeah, that's a great question. Well, the story that I told a lot when I first came on board is the story of success and failure. Everybody remembers Blockbuster, and they were everywhere. And Netflix at one time went to them and said, "Hey, would you buy us?" And they're like, "No, we're Blockbuster. We're everywhere." Well, fast forward, the industry drastically changed, and there's no more Blockbusters. They went out of business, and yet Netflix is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's the same thing with EXP in the way we're structured. We don't have a lot of physical office space. We don't have a lot of tremendous overhead. And so if there is a downturn, I think we're positioned 99% better than the rest of the brokerages. So I would hate for that to happen, but I'm not concerned about it because of where we stand. You also asked, how are we drastically unique and moving forward? For me, it took the blinders off of just being a local, regional leader where, like you said, I can talk to people in India and go over to Europe and all within our space, and they're willing to help you with referrals, networking, understanding. If I go on a trip, I can actually, try to say, hey, I want to open up that country, and you're allowed to do it. Yeah. So, yeah.
I agree. It's amazing to see how EXP is growing and making sure. The very important thing that I noticed is that now our CEO is Leo, and he's making sure that not just company or agents are well taken care of, and they know what's happening. He makes sure that agents are well informed about what's happening.
Yeah.
There was this interview I was listening to of Leo where he mentioned that this time around, I'll send you the W-9, and if your numbers are not amongst this, I think you need to switch the career. It's okay to go back to corporate. And not every CEO says that. Not everybody is looking out for you, for your business, that this is how you need to look at it. And that something says a lot about EXP. I don't want to seem like I'm drinking the Kool-Aid, but we are super lucky to have Leo. And because he's been in the trenches, he's been a real estate professional for many, many years and a successful one. And for him to be so smart and so sharp at the top of this company, I was concerned, when Glenn, who I thought was, the pinnacle of being a leader, stepped down and then when Leo was hired, I was like, oh man, we're in really good shape. This guy's going to take us places. So I've been very happy. Here's one little story that just says something about him. One of our agents, Dawn Lambert, she's crushing it this year. She got a handwritten note from Leo on her production. I mean, who does? We have 83,000 plus agents. Who does that? That's right. That's amazing. And it feels very special as well that, oh my God, I've got a handwritten note. And this says, like I have said it more and more, that it says a lot about the foundation. Because if your foundation is not strong, the house is going to crumble down sooner or later. So it just says a lot about foundation.
Yeah.
Somebody who is at the EXP right now, listening to this, and they are very newer agent, somebody like Sujata. How can EXP provide, what is EXP providing them if they don't know yet? What is EXP providing them to help build the business?
So EXP gives you, it's like that old adage, the gym membership. It's great if you sign up for the gym, but you've got to go and actually work out there and set up times and meetings. EXP, I think, gives you a plethora of different avenues to learn and expand your business, whether it's networking with the agents in your upline, utilizing the people that brought you in and reaching out to them and say, hey, I need some help here, or I would like to mirror you. And then the online training that we have is, I think I was one of the technology trainers when we first started out. I think we had 10 classes a week. Now I think we have 60 classes a day, and they're live classes. You need to go in and just absorb all you can. And I always say, you hang around a barbershop, you're going to get your hair cut. Hang around sharp people that are teaching these classes, you're going to walk away with something. So you have to, really throw yourself into it, and you'll learn. You'll learn a lot.
I agree. Very first training that I did was fast track, fast cap, and that just changed the way I do business now.
Yeah.
It's very different. I recently interviewed Jennifer Mack from EXP, one of the top agent, and she is this is the first person I met at EXP. I was at the top producer event. I met her. She has been so helpful, always ready to answer my questions. And she's there and she's very welcoming. She's not the person, you'll meet some people, I'm ready to help you. Reach out to me anytime, and turn around and ghost you. Not somebody like that.
Right.
We here at EXP, as you mentioned, we thrive on helping each other and genuine mean it. She is somebody I have become a text buddy, you can tell. That, Jennifer, I'm stuck at this. This is what I'm thinking. Can I do this? And she will give me the guidance that she has, and she will tell what she thinks and help me out make the decisions. And that's been amazingly helpful for me.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing as somebody who is at the higher level reaching out and telling me this way. And not everybody at not every brokerage they do that. Can you tell somebody who just passed the license why is the EXP best fit for them?
Congratulations. Why do I think? Listen, I always tell people there's great people in every brokerage. The analogy that I often make is that it's like brokerages are like cars in a race. And I just feel as though we are in a souped up Ferrari. And when you get into it with the training, the apps, the culture, the compensation, I've been in traditional brokerages. And again, no offense to the people that are in them, because they're great people, but it's a kind of they may look over at EXP and go, wow, you guys don't have any offices. You must be, isolated and so cold. And, and once you're on this side and you've been involved, you go, I would never go back to a traditional brokerage. It's mind blowing that, we are real estate professionals, and we teach people how to gain equity in buying homes. Yet, 99% of the agents are not building equity in their business.
Very, very true.
Here, I have a business model that allows me to gain equity. I mean, do you have stock in EXP?
I do.
Did they give it to you for free just by doing stuff that you would normally do?
Yes.
Me too. And so I didn't have that before, which is, bananas.
And a lot of real estate agents, realtors, they don't know that in real estate business, it's not just about transaction. There is other things, as you said, the equity, the stocks, that lots of things that you earn from. We have a business coaching. If you're somebody who is amazing, top producers in the business, EXP provide the coaching where you can earn not just from business, you can earn from coaching other agents as well. Not everybody provides that. Not everybody has that platform.
Here's a case in point. I've been in real estate, 28 years, something like that. And I've had investment properties all along. I just learned something new from an EXP agent that is mind-blowing about cost segregation from Jared Allen. I didn't even know really what it was. Went to one of his webinars that he just taught for free, and I'm like, I'm going to save like $50,000 doing this on a property that I had no knowledge of. So I think whether you're a brand new agent, you do 20 million, or you're a big time investor, there's people here that are wanting to teach you stuff, and I'm thankful for it.
Yeah. And if you, as you mentioned, if you're ready to absorb, there's lots to offer within the community where you can just absorb and grow from that one.
Yeah.
Tell us something about where EXP you found, of course, the model is different, a lot of offering is different. What is something that stuck with you, specifically when you were joining from Remax to EXP? What was something that you felt that this is okay? Because as you mentioned, at that time, majority of the brokerages were traditional.
Yeah.
EXP is one of the first one, which is non-traditional. Wasn't that a risky move?
That's a funny question. First of all, there are great agents in every brokerage. So if we mention any brokerages, has nothing. It's but at the time I was on the board of directors for the other association, and I remember when I made the switch, and it's so funny because a number of those people, I could just see them looking at me going, boy, you are so stupid. You literally ruined your career.
Yeah, because
going to this company nobody's heard of. But I was like, oh, this thing's going to grow, and this is, and it did. And it's so funny now. I won't name names, but there are a number of people that were in that meeting that are now on at EXP Realty. So, yeah, I don't know. I think we get too comfortable by going, look at my fancy office and look at the donuts I have. And, you know, we've got great people. Well, we have great people too. But at the end of the day, I love my family the most. And I want to try and create as much money as possible and have, you know, my work-life balance the best possible I can. And this company has just, you know, blown that out of the water where, you know, and for example, one little thing, in the wintertime, if it's snowing and there's a meeting at the office, I would have to get in my car and get dressed and shovel off and go there and then come back, and maybe I'd learn some stuff about whatever, you know. I can go to 5 meetings now and not have to leave, and every minute is important to be with my family if I can.
So about that, the reason that I ask you why wasn't that a risky move to join the EXP is because when I came from IT to real estate, I had a lot of people ask me why. I was a project manager at the time and I was at the top and I liked it. Good money. And they were like, why? Real estate is what? This? But I could see where I want to reach. Like I could see the vision. Did you believe in the vision of Glenn, what you think this will blow up to be? And that's where you were much more confident on that no, this is going to be a good move.
Yes. I call it dumb luck or the grace of God. But I back then, I got into computers early, and that's what led me to, you know, my job in the NBA.
Right.
Well, there was something about this company's model where he said cloud-based, and I saw it, and I came into the 3D virtual world in offices. There was just something inside me that clicked, and then I saw kind of the comparison that they had to these other companies that were going away, and I thought, yeah, I see us growing. I didn't know that it was going to be this fast, but there was something about it that I was just, I'm a little bit of a risk taker. You know, I've been skydiving and, you know, bungee jumping and all that. So there was a little risk, but it was a calculated one. And yeah,
That is amazing. Like it gives me a lot of sense of just, I feel that we are just beginning.
Yeah.
We are just getting started.
Yeah, yeah.
We are yet to take over the world. We are yet to go and do more big things. And I feel very safe, to be honest. I know there are very turbulence in the market right now. I know there are so many things up and down and going on. But I believe in the leadership that we have, where I know that they're going to pivot according to the market where they think, because I'm sure sitting over here versus sitting at the leadership, they have a much more vision of up ahead what's going on. And they will pivot. They will pivot where it needs to be. They will pivot and make sure that the company is well taken care of. They'll make sure of the people who have joined the ship and not just sink it like a Titanic.
Well, I mean, in this fast-paced day and age of real estate and technology, now with the integration of AI and almost everything that we touch, there's a learning curve. But with EXP, I just feel like the profile of the typical agent that's on here they get it. They're a little bit more tech savvy than your traditional agent. And so that learning curve is a lot less, and we utilize these tools a lot faster. Us even having our own AI integration with Mira into our dashboard, and, doing things that companies now, 14, 15 years later, are just implementing, we've been doing for years. And not to bang our drum, but it's a fact.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
I remember during the COVID time also, it was not of a bigger transition for EXP agents because we were used to with it. That's how we have been doing our work, and that's how we've been dealing with the things. So that was not a difficult transition, whereas for other agents, it was a difficult transaction to, like a transformation to get on the Zoom, get on the Google Meet and start doing the meetings and doing this, or how do I reach out? Oh, I can't do the business anymore. That was not the case.
I do want to say one thing is that a lot of people say, well, that's super impersonal. I don't get to go into the office and, chat about the water cooler stuff. And I found to be just the opposite. I have established more relationships and deeper relationships and vast locations than I ever did in my traditional brokerage. I've got good, meaningful relationships with people down in Louisiana and Georgia and, Utah. And I talk with them on a regular basis because we utilize technology to help us communicate. Which it's funny, but it just totally flipped the switch of we are more relational, I think, than most brokerages.
I agree, because it's not just about meeting in person, it's about who you are meeting and how you are connecting. That's more important.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be knee to knee. It's more about how you're making sure that connection builds is much more stronger.
Yeah.
Lastly, David,
yes.
I want to say that what is something that you want to leave our audience of EXP Power Bites? What is that you would like to leave the audience with?
Let's see. What do I want to leave? I think that if you're in the real estate industry, you owe it to yourself to at least kick the tires and see what all the fuss is about. I mean, there's a reason why the last 4 years, EXP has sold more transactions than any other real estate brokerage. That's the first thing. Mm-hmm. Second of all, how did we become the fastest growing real estate brokerage? When I started Agent 50 to 83,000 agents in 28 countries, faster than any other brokerage, hands down. You have to ask yourself, why? And if you talk to anybody that's, come here, come to our classes, come to the virtual world, talk to Purva, whomever, and really do a thorough vetting and have an open mind. I think you'll see that, I know why. There's something here.
That's very true.
Yeah.
To everybody out there, the main power bites that I can, after talking to David, if you are somebody who is just want to explore what EXP is, doesn't mean that you are taking a decision. Just want to know what is this big thing is about. Reach out to David, reach out to me. I have a link in my Insta bio. You can click on that, reach out to me, talk to me. Everybody, this is very recent that I talked to somebody who was interviewing 5 different brokerages. And I said, the reason for joining the EXP is the culture. Not that other culture is wrong. For me, this fits the best because I'm always looking for somebody in a culture who can lift me up, not pull me down. If you are looking for a culture like that, this place is for you. This is where you belong. Come, meet us, ask us questions. We are happy to help you. Thank you so much for joining us today for Power Bites with Purva. We'll see you next time.